Hey guys, and welcome back to another weekly recap. In the weekly recap, I like to go over any news related to the old school RuneScape community this week. This week was pretty packed actually, lots happening within the community and even a substantial game update. Yesterday we covered the new Next rewards and Tombs of a Mascot rewards. Today we're going to go over the rest of the update. So we have stuff like the Halloween event that just came out. The new leagues has been delayed until January, and we also have a little more information on the general roadmap for the end of 2021 and the start of 2022. So yeah, we have lots to cover today. Hope you guys enjoy as always. If you do find these videos helpful, always appreciate a like in the video. Helps out a ton. Thanks for watching guys, and let's get started. Now with today's game update, the third batch of client changes have finally come to the Steam client. I'm not really sure how many batches they're planning on doing, but I mean, they've already added quite a few of the staple RuneLite plugins, and I'm sure they're just going to keep going until the clients are at least as close to parity as they can get. Keep in mind this is only on the Steam client, but eventually it's going to be coming to mobile. So the first new plugin we have here is XP tracking, a staple one, but finally it has come to the Steam client. So similar to RuneLite, whenever you start getting experience in a skill, it'll start tracking relevant information. For example, how much experience you're going to gain per hour, how much XP you've gained already, the remaining experience until your next level, actions until your next level, as well as a progress bar. Nothing too crazy here, but it is really nice seeing that it has finally come to an official client. So next up here we have the woodcutting helper. So there will actually now be respawn timers on trees, which I'm not even sure if RuneLite has on by default, but as with any of these additions, they can all be toggled on and off. So the woodcutting plugin can be toggled totally off. You can toggle it to always be on, or you can toggle it to only work when you have an axe equipped, so a few options there. You'll also get a desktop notification whenever you get a bird nest. Next up here we have ore respawn timers, very similar to woodcutting except for mining. Pretty helpful for pretty much any type of mining. Now I was kind of curious about one thing regarding these timers. For example, if you are mining runite ore and you log into a world and you see it's gone, would you get an accurate timer? Or does it only work for ores that you mine? Well, it's kind of somewhere in between. If you're within interaction range of the vein, you'll get a timer, otherwise you won't. So essentially you need to be close enough to gain the information, otherwise your character will have no idea. So they've kind of split the middle. Next up here we have a Slayer helper. Pretty simple. There will just be an info box in the top left corner displaying how many monsters you have left on your task, your current task streak, and the monster that you were killing. Nothing too crazy here, but still incredibly helpful. Now another thing added in this batch is a logout notifier. This one is on by default and will notify you when you are about to log out. To be precise, 30 seconds before, so pretty helpful when you're AFKing things. Now that is it for all the major plugins. However, there are a few other things as well. There's now an entity highlighter so you can know exactly what you're about to click on. This one's off by default, but you can turn it on in the settings menu. So you can see it works on NPCs as well as stuff like trees or any other entities. And there are a few other minor quality of life additions as well, but that is it for the third batch of Steam client changes. Now also in Wednesday's game update, we received the Halloween event, and I gotta say, probably one of my favorite Halloween events of all time. It was created by two new mods, Mod Peppers and Mod Havoc, and I think they did an absolutely awesome job on it. Now you can start the quest in Varrock. There's going to be some monks protesting there, and the quest only takes around 5 or 10 minutes, but it's a lot of fun, really funny, and you get a few really cool rewards at the end as well. You get a saucepan that you can put on your head, an absolute classic already, a little Halloween sweater, haunted wine bottle. Not to mention you get some of the other classic Halloween rewards as well. And if you're going to take the time to do the Halloween event, don't skip through all the dialogue. Definitely worth reading. It's such a good time. Okay, so yesterday we also got a bit of bad news. Now, not only is Mod Flippy leaving the dev team, along with Mod Sween, which I missed the other week, two somewhat seniored mods that had been there a long time. That sucks in its own right, but on top of that, Leagues 3 has been delayed. Now, it was originally going to come out in November, however, they have delayed it until January of 2022. Now, the reason for doing it is somewhat controversial. Now, they openly admit that the Group Ironman's launch has been a fairly large success, and Group Ironman has maintained levels of support, energy, and excitement surrounding the release. So the reason they are delaying it is because they kind of don't want to double up on two big content releases at once, or at least that is what is implied from this blog. Now originally there was going to be a lot more time between Leagues 3 and Group Ironman, but because Group Ironman kept getting delayed, the release date ended up being very close to Leagues 3. So anyway, they can confirm that Leagues 3, The Shattered Relics, will be released on January 19th, 2022, and it will run until March 2nd, so about a month and a half. Now on top of that, Next has also been delayed, and there doesn't seem to be any good reason why. So Next is now going to be released on January 5th, which is literally 2 weeks before Leagues. So I guess they expect Next to be less popular than Group Ironman. I'm not really sure. I mean, you'll be able to kill Next in the league, so I guess you'll be able to do both at the same time, but it does kind of seem weird moving two big updates that are 1 month apart to now only being 2 weeks apart. Regardless, delaying it, very controversial. A lot of people are very angry. Now, one thing I really don't understand is why Next is delayed, unless it's not literally going to be able to be done in time. I mean, while I don't agree with delaying Leagues, I get why they did it. Obviously, Group Ironman is still very successful, and they'd rather spread out these two releases in particular because they really do drive player counts upwards. Don't necessarily agree with that, but I understand the reasoning. But why bump Next back? They've just kind of removed two updates from 2021 and left us with what appears to be nothing. There might be the Wilderness rework, but honestly, I have no clue. But I don't know, maybe we'll get a little more information on that on the next live stream. Overall though, pretty unfortunate that both Leagues and Next have been delayed. Now another really interesting thing that happened this week is regarding an alleged exploit in the game. Now if you're on Reddit enough, you probably will have noticed quite a few posts claiming that there's a trade glitch in old school RuneScape. Now this goes back a long time, actually years, but more so recently there have been a lot of posts regarding this. People are claiming that within the trade window there's an exploit that allows you to fully offer up a twisted bow, for example. Both of you hit accept and then the twisted bow just does not get traded over. So there were rumors going around for a while, but as it turns out, this was probably entirely fake. The most recent popular post that has tons of Gilded awards had over 1,000 upvotes. The video is doctored, and when you look at it closely, you can see that yes, the video is fake. And even Mod Tyrant chimes in that all mentions of this exploit have been investigated, and pretty well every single time it's just a player who is rushing through the trade window, wasn't paying attention. So yes, you should always be wary whenever you trade someone, but there probably is not a trade glitch. So anyway guys, that is going to be it for the weekly recap. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Now, before I go here, I want to give a massive thank you to all of my members over on YouTube. Thanks so much to Sejuani's Flail, The Hybrid, Guy Fox, Timothy Chen, Ocelot, and Kush Patel for all being subscribed at the Dragon tier. You guys, it honestly means so much. You guys are willing to support me that much. Thank you. Also, a giant thank you to Base Titch, Mexos, NDM001, and Yo-Yo Sub 89 for being subscribed at the Runite tier. As always, if you guys are looking for another way to support the channel, becoming a YouTube member is an awesome way to do so. Mainly, you'll be immortalized in all of my future videos, but you also get a custom role in my Discord server, as well as access to my video release schedule. Thanks again, guys, and I will see you next time.